ask that question, what are you needing to walk with God through right now? For many of us, when we think about change and transition, it's a little death. When we think about the changes and transitions that we need to make, or that we need to walk through, or we need to be a part of, there's a part of us that mourns that, which leads us to be really inactive. Instead of going through it with eyes wide open, with great expectancy, we mourn the changes that we might have to go through. We mourn the transitions that we might have to experience. So what is it that you are needing to walk with God through right now? So I'll admit, when I think of Jacob and Hannah, I will get it right at some point. So Jacob and Hannah, there is a little death that's happening as a parent. They're not the same as they were 2 years ago. They're growing up. And I can't expect them to be the same way they were when they were living at the house, when they were in high school. It'd be ungracious of me to not go through that transition with them. It would actually be stunting to them and to me. If I dug my heels in and go, no, Hannah and Jacob are exactly the same. And if I do that, I lose sight of the fact that God's doing something in them. So I have to recognize that there's a little death that's taking place, but it's not necessarily the final word. It's the same thing with my health that I mentioned earlier. Look, I'm coming to the point where I'm just embracing middle age. I never thought I would do that, but in my mind, I still think I'm in my 20s. But yet the mirror on Sunday mornings reveals something else. And so I can either dig my heels in and act as a middle-aged person who acts like they're in their 20s, which is kind of sad, or I can just embrace it and go, look, this is just part of growing old. I'm thankful that I'm getting older, because there's some people that I grew up with who haven't made it to this point. It's the same thing with the church stuff. There's a lot of change and transition, and I can go, man, that's a little death, and there's things that just aren't the way they used to be, and I can mourn that and kind of dig my heels in, and that is the case. Or I can have that expectancy that maybe God's doing something different. What is it that you are needing to walk with God through right now?